So tell me, what's your advice for people? What's the step-by-step process they should take if they're trying to deal with this?
So what they should do is carefully read any documentation they got from the agency, whether it's this letter or any other, and they should follow the instructions in the letter in order to preserve their rights while this problem is being addressed through other channels, I hope. But that's what they should do.
So after they respond to the letter, giving the new reasons, the newly worded reasons that they believe they are eligible for the benefits,
right,
what happens?
At that point, the agency would make a determination based on what the beneficiary has now certified to them. And that determination would indicate whether they're eligible for the benefits that they have gotten.
What if they're turned down?
So at that point, the beneficiary can file a protest to start the appeals process.
And on what grounds would they appeal?
They would say that the agency was mistaken in determining them ineligible. They would basically ask the agency to reconsider that. And the agency would do so and issue what's called a redetermination.
Now, I've heard about these rules that say that you have the right to appeal, saying that the agency made a mistake. It's a clerical mistake, and I shouldn't have to pay this money back. Now, would you put that claim in at that same point, and how would you word it?
They could certainly put in any claim they want, but actually a protest is a pretty basic document that just says to the agency, I think you're wrong on this, and I'd like you to reconsider this and find me eligible after all. Then if the agency still says they're ineligible, then they can appeal it to the next stage, which would be a hearing before an administrative law judge to try to sort out what happened here.
What do you think would happen at those hearings for these folks?
Well, what I'm hopeful of is that the administrative law judge would say, this is not on the beneficiary here. This was a mistake made by the state, and the beneficiary should be found eligible. What I'm hopeful of as well is that the agency will reconsider all of this with the scrutiny that's now on it over how it has moved on this. I'm hopeful that the agency is going to take a totally different approach by giving people waivers on this.
And I know you guys have been completely overwhelmed with people seeking legal advice and can't take any more clients, but do most people need an attorney for this, or should they most likely be okay if they just follow these steps?
Well, I can't say how any given case will turn out. Many people do handle their unemployment insurance protests and appeals on their own.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your time. Anything else that you want to add?
No, I don't. I think that I really do hope that the agency will follow federal guidance here and grant the waivers that the federal government has clearly said it can grant under circumstances like these. These are beneficiaries who are not at fault in any way. These are good faith benefit recipients, and they should be left alone here and allowed to move on with their lives without this kind of anxiety.